what if Doomsday and Mandalorian underperform? What if Lanterns actually turns out to be like a solid 8, maybe a 10, but maybe a solid 8? Like, what actually happens then? Does the quote unquote scales of power shift between the two? Because I do feel like we are very polarized. We still have to be polarized, and maybe that's the world we live in. I don't understand why we can't just enjoy all of them, but you know, you have fanboys and fangirls on either side that are going to push the conversation. What happens if Doomsday and Mandalorian underperform?
Either they have to reassess and go with like, okay, obviously the decision making we've been doing is not correct, although that requires a level of self-reflection. I don't know if Disney is or like you just go on the money side of it, which they should be able to like engage with that part of it and just say, okay, we're going to keep making the MCU movies, but we're just going to make them smaller. We're not going to spend $400 million on a budget. We're going to spend $100 million on a budget for something. And then we're just going to put out smaller stuff and then maybe see if you can rebuild some credibility and some interest. And then maybe you build back up again. That's what I would think for that. For DC, I think they're pretty well established if these do okay. That because, you know, I can't imagine this Lantern show is super expensive, but I don't know how expensive it is, but I think they're more well established. If they're good with doing stuff like Clayface or Deathstroke and Bane, which also shouldn't be a super expensive movie because those are both like fairly practical. I mean, Bane, you're going to have the Venom stuff, but these are not huge movies in terms of budgets needing us a ton of CG everywhere. If they do okay, like they don't even need to do great. Like they can probably build something out here if they're able to continue doing that. So I think they're pretty well positioned if the stuff is okay. Like if Supergirl's all right, if Lanterns is okay, is like good. I think they're pretty well set up and might have a formula that's a little more sustainable going forward because you're not dumping $400 million into a movie or whatever.
If you had to buy stock in either the Marvel, let's just say Disney, or in the DC side of things, what would you buy stock in right now?